earlier in the week, Jurgen Klopp was declaring Steven Gerrard as his potential replacement at Anfield. Here's what Gerrard had to say.
Surprised, flattered at the same time, but when you read the quote really carefully, like I have, it said, if I get sacked tomorrow, he thinks Steven Gerrard should be the next Liverpool manager. Jurgen Klopp's not getting sacked tomorrow. I don't want him to get sacked tomorrow. He's doing a fantastic job. I'm a Liverpool fan, and I'm sure every Liverpool fan on the planet endorses what I'm saying here. We want him to stay for many, many years and bring as much success to our club as possible. But yeah, it was very flattering at the same time.
Went through that with a fine-tooth comb, didn't he, making sure that he said exactly the right thing, because, I mean, we never misconstrue what you say. It's absolutely fine. Can you understand... I mean, it's a mutual loving, isn't it? And it would fit very nice to the prodigal son returning after a stint managing another huge institution in Glasgow Rangers, coming back to Liverpool. I mean, if you're a romantic, if you're a Liverpool fan, I mean, even if you just like football, it sounds like that would be the way to go.
It always seemed that he was going to be shoehorned, into that job. The plan of him going, obviously, into the academy first, obviously to learn the ropes, which is fantastic, I think, for any player that wants to go into coaching or into management. You learn a lot of mistakes in that environment, and then he's gone to a football club, as you say, in Rangers, where huge pressure, huge intensity, massive football club, all the similar experiences that he will be getting if he does go back
day in, day out, isn't it?
Yeah,
day in, day out.
Yeah. So I think it's obviously a shoe-on there to happen, but I mean, Klopp's box office, isn't he? I mean, he's class. So, his press conferences, his interviews, the way he conducts himself on and off the pitch, you can see the rapport that he's got with players. We want him to be here for many years to come.
Well, that's the thing. Obviously, we're not wishing Jurgen Klopp away from English football anytime soon, are we? By any stretch of the imagination. And then it becomes what Steven Gerrard's relative qualities would be to a Jurgen Klopp. Would there be, I mean, it would be a huge statement, wouldn't it, if Klopp moved on, as and when, if that ever happens, and then Gerrard comes in. There would be, I'm not saying there'd be too many, well, maybe there would be similarities. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer going in at Manchester United. You'd think that Steven Gerrard would go into a Liverpool team that would be at a peak.
That
would be the main difference.
That would be the big difference. And I think the Klopp mentioned maybe at the end of his contract that he was going to take maybe a bit of a year's break anyway to kind of refresh and think about what to do next. So, look, Steven Gerrard will be, I have no doubt, Liverpool manager at some stage in his career. And ideally, the ideal scenario is to go into a successful team, and obviously not an aging team. So that's the kind of thing you want to take over a team in its prime is a perfect scenario for him. What he's doing now at the minute, if he can bring that league title back to Rangers and wrestle that from Celtic,
that's a huge challenge, isn't it?
But that's going to be a perfect grounding for him to try and come back to Liverpool. And who knows, if Klopp has not got, he's going to get very close to a league title over the next few seasons. If he doesn't, what a chance for Gerrard.
We've had a tweet in here. I mean, this is not necessarily going on the Gerrard path. Liverpool must continue on the same path. Klopp must choose one of his fellow countrymen, German school at the peak. We must not make the mistakes of Chelsea and Manchester United. What do you think of Thomas Tuchel and Julian Nagelsmann? Was potential. Again, we're not. I must stress, we're not trying to get you. It's a great hypothetical debate on the debate, isn't it? I mean, men like that, obviously doing sterling work around European football.
Yep.
Are they names that we'd welcome into the Premier League? And does it? And again, does it go to show when we talk about the Premier League, we talk about how good the players are, the wages, etc.
Yep.
But it's a real magnet for the stellar, the best managers, isn't it, around world football?
Yeah, the pedigree has to be high. Going back onto Stevie there, if Steven Gerrard doesn't do well at Rangers, then he's not automatically going to get the Liverpool job. So he's setting his own standards, his own setting the bar for himself to say, right, this is my shop window to show what I can do. And I need to prove myself here, as does any other manager that wants to take steps up the ladder to get big jobs.
Another thing that just struck me like divine inspiration, John. When you look at how Manchester United are at this moment in time, when you talk about future-proofing and future planning, we are talking, we're having a bit of a joke about this, but at some stage Jurgen Klopp will move on from Liverpool, and they don't want things to suddenly nosedive, do they, and live in the shadow of perhaps a Manchester United or a Manchester City. They want to maintain. So as much as we're saying we don't want him to leave, they've still got to think about the future, because with Manchester United, obviously Sir Alex moved on, David Moyes came in, and it's where they are now. It seems as a result of not things being successful after he was there.
Yeah, they were hoping obviously it was going to be a smooth transition, but obviously looking back to the squad, etc., it was quite an aging squad, and it was going to take time. Then you've had a little turnover of manager, turnover of players. That's the thing, that all the teams that will have a manager there for a long time, if he's been successful, will be guarding from and hoping that it doesn't go that way. And if you do, then you have to reset. And hopefully, like Ole Gunnar at the minute, hopefully he will get that time. He knows he needs to get results. He knows he has to get results. But ultimately, you hope to get that time to rebuild.
We'll come on to Man U in due course. But given where Liverpool are now, yes, that finish line is absolutely miles away.
Yeah.
The start of the season's been as he would have wanted. He's managed to drop in younger players.
Yeah.
Again, endears him even more to the Liverpool faithful, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Off the back of what we've seen Trent Alexander-Arnold do. When you see these players come in, does it again show, is it another string to the bow? I mean, because they don't necessarily need to, do they? Because they've got money to buy whomever they want.
Yeah.
But getting these young players in, that's a key fact.
Oh, huge.
To what Liverpool are as a football club, isn't it?
Yeah, and any football club. You know, you ask any punter in the stadium, they want to see homegrown players come through. You know, you can see the reaction when a youngster makes his debut. You know, the crowd are on
just an extra buzz about the place.
It's huge. It's huge. So
buzz,
it's another tick, you know, in the box for Jurgen Klopp, and they've got that fear factor at the moment that they can go the whole way.
Will they?
I believe they will.
Will they?
I think City might. It's going to be brilliant.
Rock and a hard place for a former Man U player, isn't it, in Liverpool? Manchester City.
He's dodged that one.
No, everyone thought because of how they finished last season, they won't be. But those two again are setting fantastic standards. It's going to be neck and neck again. But Liverpool have the advantage at the minute. That's all it took last season.
It was a small gap, wasn't it?